up, guys?
Dre, you're back. What was the process that led you back to the camp game?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to give a kind of a thanks and shout out to Coach Freeman and Chad Bowden at Notre Dame. Obviously, love that place. It gave me a lot, and wasn't necessarily looking to move, but kind of when I got the call from Coach B and Pat Embleton, and it was still kind of going back and forth, like, hey, had a good thing going up there, and then when I got onto campus, almost immediately just fell back in love with this place, and Coach B really just sold me on his vision and mission for this program, and just seeing his track record and the success of winning. It was almost, when I kind of sat down and really thought about it, it was almost a no-brainer just to come home.
What is it about his vision, Dre, that you bought into so hand over heels for?
Yeah, I think just his stability, and then his his work ethic. Honestly, just seeing, he's probably the hardest. Even just being here for 2 weeks, he's probably the hardest working head coach I've seen, I've been around. So knowing there's a guy that's gonna quote unquote go to war with you, and he's gonna put in he's gonna put all the effort in. That's what made it just that more attractive to come back.
How are things different when you played here? You know what this place is and what it can be.
Yeah, I mean, my senior year, we ended up going to that bowl game in California, and just having that experience, and knowing that, we could do this, we can do this every year. We can go to a bowl game every year, and so on and so on. Obviously, I saw the program have a lot of success in 22. Why did they have success? Well, they had a lot of NFL draft picks playing out there on Memorial Stadium on Saturday. So just kind of seeing, what they've done, and what we can do. It made me just excited just to come back. Because all this place need, we always, even when I was playing, we always had really good starters, guys that could, go toe to toe, but, building that depth piece. And that's something I've seen over the years that they've been doing. And the coaching here is phenomenal. I came on my interview, I got to see a spring practice and being around these coaches. These guys are some of the better coaches I've seen in just terms of, technique, fundamentals. So they do a really good job with that.
What are some of the biggest things you've learned from being at other programs, and now that you can come in and make your mark here?
Yeah, so I got to, be under, probably one of the top recruiting development programs in the country at Tennessee and Notre Dame. So just seeing how they do things. I got to Tennessee when they had a new head coach, seeing just how SEC, it was almost like an SEC startup, seeing how they get the ball rolling. And yeah, I mean, just taking away, you got to, recruiting it's early and earlier nowadays. There's some 8th graders getting offers nowadays. And I think it's important to, identify and recruit early. That way you can get them on campus. So when I grew up in DeKalb, Illinois, I didn't really know much anything about the University of Illinois until I got down here for a visit when I was 15, and I was like, wow, this place is actually really cool. It's pretty unique, and just getting kids to campus, because once they get to campus, they'll realize why this is such a cool place.
How much of an advantage do you have because you know this place inside and out in terms of finding players? I mean, does it help that you can explain to them what your experience was?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even just, giving, taking a kid on a campus tour,
right.
Hey, here's the spots to eat. Hey, here are the dorms, here are the
Sure.
classrooms. I don't have to learn any of that. That's just where and that's what I've done, and I've been through it, done it. And so, yeah, just kind of, sharing my experience. And hey, I went to the University of Illinois. I got 2 degrees from this prestigious university. And because I went to Illinois, I honestly got to be on a little bit of a fast track in the industry that I chose to be in,
Okay.
in terms of college football, and I'm being a director of player personnel. So just showing, how this place will take care of you if you give it everything you got, and it's amazing how many doors will open for you.
What are you going to be your duties here, and how different is that than what you were just doing?
I mean, the recruiting space, you got to do a lot. It's everything.
Okay.
It's a little bit of everything. But obviously, identifying talent,
Okay.
recruiting, getting with the coaches, making sure that they understand kind of what's going on. But a lot of it will be just kind of evaluating, and then just building relationships with high school coaches, building relationships with parents,
Yeah.
recruits, really anybody. So a lot of relationship building, a lot of evaluations, and then just working obviously with Pat Embleton, Maya Green, Pat Pearson, all those people up there to really make this thing go.
Is it similar to what you were doing in Notre Dame or not?
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Basically
Similar to here at Notre Dame and my previous
Okay.
spot, Tennessee. So it's been good.
Dre Brett's made an emphasis on the state of Illinois. I guess what have you just observed? Obviously, you kind of maybe in some similar overlap at your previous stops. Like, what have you observed about his commitment to the state?
Oh yeah, I mean it's a big deal. You know, there's a lot of great talent here in the state of Illinois. Shoot, when I was at Notre Dame, I recruited a lot of the great talent in the state of Illinois. So yeah, just knowing, we got to keep these guys home, and they got to understand it's different. When you do get to put on the colors for your home state, when you do get to have 20, 30 people come to the games, because you're only 2.5 hours if you're up north, or only an hour if you're in central Illinois away. So just showcasing that, like, hey man, this is a place that you can get everything. You're gonna get the development. Your family's gonna be able to see you play in the games, and it's also a fun place to go to school. You get to meet a lot of different people. So yeah, I would say that.
Is there a place when you came back and for your interview that you kind of got to? I don't know if it was a stadium or maybe somewhere around campus, and all those emotions hit you. Like, is there one place in particular?
It's probably the stadium, because it was like a spring practice, and just all the feels and the emotions come back when you just walk into Memorial Stadium. You're like, man, I used to be out here as well. But that I just would been walking around campus a little bit, just kind of seeing all the new updates. Green Street's crazy. Didn't even look like that when I was here 5 years ago, but it's cool to see the kind of just this place grow and evolve.
How did you grow and evolve here?
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just leaning on, Pat Embleton, who's obviously, he's the executive director of recruiting and personnel here. So just leaning on him a lot, because he's, I've known him since I was 14 years old, so it's a long-standing relationship. So, lean on him, lean on Coach B, but also just having the kind of initiative to go out and just get after it like I've been doing. So.
How many times have you been back here over the years? Because your wife's here, so
Right.
Was it frequent or just occasional? I mean, you had your own thing at Notre Dame in the state, so how hard was it to get back and how often did it happen?
Yeah, I mean, as much as I could, to see my in-laws, but I got a ton of family over here in Springfield, Chatham as well. I'm state of Illinois through and through. But yeah, I'd sneak in for Easter or over a break. Obviously Jason Epperson, who works with football and basketball. I'm really close with him, so getting a cup of coffee with him. But yeah, I'd come back probably 2-3 times a year.
Was this in your head coming back? You said you weren't looking, but was the idea of coming back here at some point, whatever capacity, was it kind of always in your head or not?
It really wasn't.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, it's always cool to go back to your alma mater.
Right.
But I didn't necessarily come back just because I played here. I came back just because I thought I was the kind of perfect person for the job.
Okay.
With Coach B, kind of believed in me. And he told me, he's like, I'm not really necessarily hiring you because you're a former player. I'm hiring because of the work you've done, and that's just a bonus of you being here and doing it. So I just feel like I'm the best person for this job, and yeah, I've already just been hitting the ground running.
Along those lines, hitting the ground running. What's the reception been like from the kids you've been talking to, and from some of the high school coaches that you've been talking to?
Oh, it's been awesome. Just a lot of the people I've already been in touch with. A lot of people I've already been recruiting before, so it's awesome. When there's some of the high schoolers I've always had already had a relationship with at my previous place. They get in here and it's all love. It's all the same, genuine feelings, and now just getting him to come down to Champaign.
Dre, how's it feel to be to have at one point wear the colors, and now you're back here and you're part of the staff and trying to help build the next era of this program?
Oh, it's everything to me. I mean, I think when I got back here, they gave me like a bag of gear. I put on like the orange and then the Nike, and I was like, man, this is immediately like, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is home. So, I mean, it means a lot just because, I came through this program and I had, my ups and downs, but to leave here, 2 degrees and, I just feel like I'm can show these recruits and these parents and families like, hey, you come to University of Illinois, they're going to take care of you. You're going to be pushed, pushed academically on the field, socially you're going to be pushed. And so yeah, it's special, man. It's really good to be back.